What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message. And I really hope you've been taking care of yourself, learning much you can about who you are, why you're here on the planet at this time, and what can we all do to play our part with the universe, right? So we can get that balance we all deserve, so we can get this party started. So we will continue our presentation series when it comes to colors of the chakra, color healing and awareness, and today it is all about the color orange. So if you feel like you lack orange, or you want more information, or this color been popping up on you in your reality lately, the universe been lining you up with this color, I got you covered. Be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you, right? So it's all about putting additional tools in your toolbox and just, leaving no stone unturned on your own hero's journey. There's always more to know each and every day. So by now, Earth is a school. We're gonna jump right into it. Our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons, and then you're gonna get that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. And as you grow, you're gonna be wise, man, because you're gonna know right from wrong, and you're gonna be able to predict some things, especially when you see people going down a similar path that you went on. So it's all about helping people to help themselves. And what led you to, got you to the point where you're at right now. You've been trusting your own inner voice, your own energy. I hope that makes sense, right? So you realize that everything matters in life. So it's time for each and every one of us, right, to follow our own biorhythm and flow in life. Always pay yourself first, 10% before you pay any bills or anything outside of you. You've been putting in that work, so pay yourself first and reward yourself over a period of time, of course. All right, and it's all about focusing on some high quality thoughts. And I got some references here to keep you going, to keep your thought process, keep your brain percolating at its best, right? And that way you can, it'll help, help you come up with better ideas, a lot of solutions, especially when you learn these 7 hermetic principles. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the thing is, please invest in these references here before we go ahead and get started, okay? So we got the Hermetica here, and let me see if I can zoom in. I hope so. All right. So this book here, we got the Hermetica, The Lost Wisdom of the Pharaohs, Timothy Freak and Peter Gandy. All right. And then we also have George W. Carey works. Okay, this is 3 books in one. Make sure you invest into this book. As we move on over here, we have The Celestial Ship of the North. Okay, we got Valencia Stratton here. This is a Kessinger Legacy reprints. And then at the very top, as you can see, we have the Astral Body and Other Astral Phenomena, right, by A.E. Powell. If you don't do anything else, invest in these books, okay? Don't believe nothing I'm sharing with you. I'm just sharing my personal experience and the things that helped me, how I was able to, piece things together so I can get the results in my life so they can make sense to me. And then part of my purpose is to give you a quick tune-up so you can tune into yourself, and that way you can get, piece together your own perspective, and then that way you can get the 360 degrees of knowledge that we all desire, instead of having 1 degree, all right? So just seeing things from one perspective. And I hope that makes sense. And then when you see the whole big picture, you realize, like, hey man, we all have a part to play from all 4 corners here. And looking at the center, we can make this place a better place or a worse place, but it's up to you. So I'm playing my part by lifting people up instead of tearing them down. I hope that makes sense so far. So with that being said, obviously you receive your call to adventure from the universe. The right people, place, and event gonna line up for you, wherever your focus is at. Okay, the universe gonna mirror your intent. So you tired of playing, playing games. You really want to take your life serious, and you want to learn as much as you can about the universe. The universe gonna line you up with the people that gonna support your growth. So it's up to you to discern, to figure out who's meant for you, who's going to elevate you, who's going to challenge you to think outside of the box, or who's just slowing you down, who's really don't want to grow. It's all about entertainment and just staying at a certain level. So every day, every year, it's all about growth and transformation. Okay, oh, that makes sense. So obviously you receive your call to adventure. The universe gonna line you up with the people, place, and event to support your growth. You've been trusting your intuition. You're gonna learn more about energy, frequency, and vibration, astrology. Okay, you're gonna realize each and every day there's nothing more than lessons and tests that we have to pass. All right, so it's all about going through that personal transformation and atonement process. Okay, as we learn more about our anatomy, this will be the first stop, okay, along with trusting our inner voice and own energy. Learn more about our anatomy, and then you realize how divinely connected you are to source. Okay, I hope that makes sense so far. There's no separation. Okay, just like a mother and a child, there's no separation. Okay, so with that being said, it's all about sacred geometry. You're going to go through grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process. These different synchronicity events, these numbers going to pop up with you. And most importantly, make sure you build a personal relationship with nature. All right. It's all about your intent. All right. Make a connection with a tree, get a bird feeder, do something to, pay homage to nature. She provides everything, fruits, vegetables, the air, the water, everything is free. But somebody, down the line say, hey, we need to put a barcode and a price tag on things that's free, so we can have people vibrating at a lower vibration. Okay. So with that being said, hey, it's all about elevating your thought process, learning more about yourself and where we are in the universe, within yourself and around you, and figure out where you really want to go with your life. Okay. So, at the end of the day, when you leave this place, what did you do to make this place a better place? Right? Or that you leave it, that you tear it down. Okay. So my goal is to, to share some love, some happiness, some knowledge, some of my heartfelt lesson that got me out of some jams. And I know for a fact it's going to get many of you guys out of jams. You just got to apply this stuff. Okay. So there's no cookie cutter recipe to life. Test things out for yourself. All right. But I'm nice enough to leave you some references and, some of the lessons learned from my perspective. Okay. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So it's all about unity consciousness, message from the universe source within you, and you realize by now each and every one of us are a different aspect of the universe. So we are our own individual universe, so to speak. All right. So once you reach this level of understanding, and overstanding, Mama Universe said, hey, son, daughter, it's time for you to take full responsibility and accountability for your action. So it's just like the universe is giving you the car keys to your own life. So you can't blame anybody outside of you. All the choices, all the decisions, it's all on you. There's nobody else. All right. So when you know better, you're going to do better. So at the end, underneath all the layers in the divine mind, we all of the divine light being. That's our true self, having this experience as who you are. Like me, I'm Chris with Food for Your Thoughts, right? So I'm here, have my experience, and then I realized, like, it's like my memories start coming back, so to speak, right? And I'm like, wait, I've been here before, I done did this before, and I'm like, hey, I need to start researching some of these hermetic, thoughts and different, modes and methodologies and stuff like that. And I realized, like, wow, this is some stuff I already knew. I just needed help to remember. So part of my purpose, again, because to give you a quick tune up so you can tune into yourself, because you already know this information. It's just time to remember. Okay. So we're connected. You like, hey, Chris, as soon as you wake up and you start remembering this stuff, put something together real simple. Like, don't do anything overcomplicated here. Just share something that can snap, just grab my intuition. And that's part of my purpose. That's what Mother Universe told me. Okay. The cosmos said, hey, Chris, put something together, make it, resonate with people, and just deliver the package. And that's what I do. All right. So, we didn't got to a point right now. That's why everybody, gravitating from the material to the spiritual, realm or realm of knowledge, because, we done maxed out that level like in a video game. All right. So it's time for everybody to go from that material aspect and go back to where it all began, to the spiritual side. So when you come down here, through the port of your divine mother's womb, as above, so below, right? Your mother and father get together to create that spark that creates you, right? You're going to get here. You're going to get a lot of knowledge, from the day you come out, right? They're going to tell you what to do, what not to do. And then it's up to you over time to figure out, like, hey, the stuff that my parents and the people that taught me, that's not the real information. There's some deeper information than what I'm getting. So, your job in life is to really, to do your own personal research outside of the basic information. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So you want to, instead of, just taking the basic and just being satisfied with the basic information, your job is to get the additional knowledge and challenge yourself and just continue to grow. Okay. Instead of just being stagnant. I hope that makes sense. All right. So you're going to get that knowledge, and over time, you're going to get a lot of experience, especially when you're testing things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work for you. And that's going to make you wise, and you're going to rinse and repeat. You're gonna, start all over again, get some additional knowledge, always testing things out, and that's gonna help take you through the growth and transformation and atonement process. Also, it's gonna help add some balance in your doggone life. Okay, so just like I told you, your mom and daddy got together, created that big bang, shot your butt on out of there, right? And then as a man or a woman thinking, right, because your thoughts are things. So with that being said, What are you thinking about each and every day? Are you here to lift people up? Or are you here to tear people down? The universe gonna use any means necessary to try to give you a divine idea, some kind of message to get you going on your own hero's journey. I hope that makes sense. All right. So if you feel like you haven't been growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, pay attention to people, place, and event, and even yourself. You got to look in the mirror first, right? Take full responsibility first, and then look at the people, placing events in your life, that been possibly slowing you down. And the first, problem that I run into is myself. All right, because I'm choosing to be around these people. I'm choosing to make these decisions. I'm choosing to create these habits that's not really serving me. So I started reading books. All right, I started testing things out, seeing what didn't work, seeing what didn't work for me. I hope that makes sense. But going back to what I was saying, over the past 7 years, 14 years, 21 years, however long, right? Start paying attention to your growth cycles here, okay? So if you feel like you haven't been growing, start looking at, look in the mirror first. Look at yourself, all right? Because you the core. You are the star of your own show here. And then look at the people, places, and events and environment that's around you, and start doing the process of elimination here. And sooner or later, you're going to hit that sweet spot. I promise you. So with that being said here, the principle of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandingly, right, possess the magic key before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open. And you already know what that temple is. As a man or a woman thinketh. So that starts in your mind, all right? So everything, the 7 hermetic principles that we've been talking about over and over again, because repetition is the mother of all skills, right? So it's mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, all right? To make sure your butt stay in your heart chakra, I deliberately, intentionally put this up here, right? To make sure like the message get delivered, okay? Once I plant the seed, the rest is on you guys, okay? But you can't say I didn't plant the seed, because my overall intent, I want everybody to grow to the next level so they can see with their spiritual eyes instead of their material eyes. I hope that makes sense. So we got the 7 principles of Ma'at here. Ma'at is an ancient system of morals and value that's going to help guide your thoughts and behavior, right? As you navigate in your own matrix reality here, okay? So we have truth based on the fact with honesty and integrity, justice, state of fairness and lawful judgment. We got righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct, reciprocity, what goes around comes around. Then we got balance, an equal distribution of weight, order, a correct sequence of thought and action. And lastly, we got harmony, one accord, a pleasing arrangement. So the world is equally divided between good and evil, so to speak, people that are going to want to lift people up and the people that want to tear people down. So again, my choice is to lift people up, give them some information that they can use and apply in their life and start getting some results. Okay, there's no cookie cutter recipe, nothing is perfect, right? But over time, as you test things out for yourself, you're gonna be like, man, I can speed things up. You're gonna start scaling things around, and you can mass produce whatever you're trying to do. But you gotta start with a plan and take action and start tweaking. Okay, all right. So with that being said here, all right, so it's all about the color orange. So again, if you feel like you lack this color, or if this color been popping up in your reality lately, I got you covered, right? So when this color pops up, it's letting you know either you need some stimulation in your life because you got something coming up, and you need some kind of encouragement to spark your creativity, okay? So, or this is a color that you can use as a tool. Like again, so if like, hey, I got something coming up, I'm gonna surround myself with a little orange to help stimulate my creativity, my productivity, my pleasure, optimism, enthusiasm, emotional expression. So you can use it as a tool, or the universe is telling you like, hey, you need to pick up the pace here. You need to apply more of this color in your life, or you need to back away from this color a little bit, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So everything that we're dealing with, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, okay? So when it comes to this, color orange again, deals with emotional, balance, security, procreation, lumbar plexus, sex organs, and adrenals, all right? As we move on up here, we just talked about that. Emotional, balance, sexuality, procreation. All right, and remember, when it comes to color, color is a power which directly influences the soul. I repeat, color is a power which directly influences the soul. So material items on your hero's journey, material items gonna come and go, but knowledge itself is more important and longer lasting. So when you can learn to do things for yourself, you can cut out that middleman so they don't be charging you a subscription all your life. I hope that makes sense. Tithes and offering. So with that being said, you know, if you don't learn anything else, learn these 7 hermetic principles. They're gonna take you far, and it's gonna be your key remedy here, you know, to getting through some things in your life. All right, so with that being said, it's all about balancing your polarity. That way you're gonna get that rhythm and flow in life, and be mindful of your words. Either you're gonna lift people up or you're gonna tear people down. So I'm choosing to deliver this presentation so I can lift some people up, so we can grow together and have our own continuity system, and that way you can build your own continuity system with your family and your children, right? And then knowing is half the battle, right? So let's talk about chromotherapy. I'm gonna get you out of here. So the art of chromotherapy and color healing is an ancient one and can be traced back to early Egyptian times. We talked about that. The Hindus have used color and the healing benefits as part of Ayurvedic medicine system since the ancient times. It is recognized by the medical profession as well as alternative therapists of all kinds as a powerful aid to recovery and healing. So the interiors of hospitals and healing centers are painted in appropriate healing colors to correspond with the patient's diseases. So when you know having certain issues going on in your anatomy, right, you can use colors as a modality to help with any kind of dis-ease. I hope that makes sense. So what am I saying? All colors tell a story. What am I saying? All colors tell a story. Each human and living thing on earth, on the earth plane, has its own personal color around them, and these colors can change from second to second depending upon what is happening in the person's life. Even there particular mood changes. That's why I told you, like, you know, the theme around these parts is they try to keep you in fear. So once only thing you fear what you don't know and what you don't understand. Once you understand somebody's playing the boogeyman in your life, and you get higher knowledge, you realize, like, hey, you can't manipulate me. You know, I know better. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a cause for every effect, and there's an effect for every cause, right? So once you start applying these 7 hermetic principles and start reverse engineering a lot of things, it's going to lead you to the source of the causation of a lot of things. All right, and you'll be able to realize, like, you'll be able to take care of yourself better. All right, make better decisions. Okay, and then you'll be able to plan certain events around what you're trying to do. I hope that makes sense. I want to be as simple as possible here, but overall, your decision-making process, your health, everything, mind, body, and soul, gonna feel better once you start learning more about these 7 hermetic principles and testing them out. All right, so let's continue on when it comes to the color and the mood changes here. So the field of colors that surround us all is known as the aura. Okay, the aura and its colors are in constant movement. We've been talking about this for quite some time. The human body has 7 main chakras, but it's many more. Okay, so each of these chakras resonate with the color red, orange, yellow, green. Green and pink are the 2 colors of the heart chakra. Then you got double blue for the throat chakra. Then you got indigo, right? And then you got white or violet. All right, then today we're talking about the color orange. I'm gonna get you out of here. So when it comes to orange is the second color to be seen on the spectrum, and it represents liveliness, happy memories, and courage, right? So orange being comprised of the mix of colors red and yellow, as it warm, you know, and is a warm color that can stimulate, like we talked about before. Orange is a stimulation color, right? And it's going to stimulate your creativity, productivity, pleasure, optimism, and enthusiasm, like we talked about before. And it's going to arouse your senses. So orange symbolizes the active intelligence, fun, and social legal, right? And also self-confidence and the joy of expression. Orange also encourages the energy, you know, your overall energy level, activity, motivation, good health, career, incentive, and overall, you know, this color lifts the spirit. Now, on the flip side, on the other side with this too, you know, orange is going to help you expand your horizons. It also help you to look to new interests, find new opportunities, and it brings the energy that you need in your life. Especially you want to use this as a tool to achieve your goals and aspiration, right? And it's the color of the social butterfly. Overall, it's all about trusting your intuition. All right, so this color also is the color where it's that spark of your kundalini energy starts at. Okay, so be mindful, you know, when you have people are surrounding you, you know, popping up with the red dress, the lady in red, right? Or the handsome guy that shows up in the hot red car, you know, so to speak. So if you want to tame down these lustful desires, or, you know, just looking, right, you know, use orange as a tool, right, to kind of tone that stuff down a little bit. Okay, so as we get ready to close things out, orange also is helpful in dealing with excess sexual expression, like I just mentioned. And on the musical scale, related to the, you know, orange is related to Ray, the element of fire and water, and the planet related to is the sun and Mercury. Direction is south, zodiac sign is Sagittarius, and the season of the year is autumn or fall, right? As you can see, when you're going around the wheel, it's falling down. Sagittarius is right up in here. All right, before we get ready to go to Capricorn and move right back around. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna use these colors as a tool. All right, so again, invest in these books, the Astral Body, Works, and the Hermetica. All right, it's gonna help elevate your overall thought process. We're gonna jump back into these other presentations. We're gonna finish things up with yellow, green, blue, of course, you know, purple and violet, and then we're gonna move on to something else. Okay, but continue to learn as much as you can about just anything, you know, these basics: intuition, music, astrology, anatomy, geometry, math, and nature. You know, and by you doing it over and over again, each and every day, the universe is gonna mirror your intent. Okay, so as we get ready to close things out, when you start, you know, seeing certain colors or getting exposed to too many colors, I'm gonna give you some takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here. So when it comes to pale orange, it basically it's a telltale sign of jealousy or envy. So if this color been popping up in your reality lately, or yeah, if it's just been popping up in your reality lately, you can kind of discern for yourself, like, hey, maybe I need to work on myself. Okay, but too much orange, it's a telltale sign of manipulation, self-centered. Overexposure to orange, you know, it tends to push you to hide your emotions, and, you know, and easily hurt, becoming introverted and worried. And not enough orange, you know, leads to distrustful, timid, frigid, shy, and loss of motivation and self-esteem, and encourage the tendency to isolate ourselves and become rebellious. All right, so at the end of the day, let's use these colors as a tool again to help us rid ourselves of any kind of ailment, right, or diseases that we may be going through or anybody else may be going through. Okay, so at the end of the day, all colors tell a story. Each human and living thing on the earth plane has its own personal colors around them, and these colors can change from second to second depending upon what is happening in our life. So it's up to us to keep our vibration high, learning more about our purpose and mission, our life path, testing things out for ourselves, see what works, see what doesn't work, and just, you know, helping people to help themselves overall. Okay, so these are my own personal takeaway when it comes to colors of the chakra, color healing and awareness, and the color is orange. Be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. With that, with the color yellow, right? Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, leave no stone unturned, fam. Stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.